Hello everyone! In this video I'm going to be showing you how I made this year's Halloween collection. I made all of this in July, but I got lucky because for some reason in the middle of summer we got 2 to 3 weeks of perfect fall weather. And we keep Halloween decorations up all year long really, but I did make it a little extra cozy to get in the mood to make this stuff, and I hope it worked out. I don't own very many watercolors yet, so before I did any of this I actually spent, I think, most of a day mixing all kinds of orange and brown shades to make all of this. I definitely had the hardest time with this first sticker, which for some reason I just couldn't pinpoint exactly what I wanted it to look like, so it took a while to get the sketch going. I am happy with the way it turned out in the end. I do think this is my favorite sticker out of all of them. And that's mostly because of the texture on this scarf, because look at that, isn't that pretty? And here we go, one ghost with a cozy drink. What do you think she's having? This next sticker is definitely based on my personal experience. I carve a pumpkin every October, but I have the hardest time getting all the guts out of the pumpkin. Anybody else struggle with that? While making this, I already realized that putting the shading on all the pumpkins was probably going to be my favorite part of everything, and it was. here's how my big stickers turned out. What do you think? Now you're looking at the beginnings of the very first sticker sheet that I designed for myself, and I didn't know at the time how many designs I would need, so I made a whole sheet of them. And I did end up making quite a few too many, which I didn't want to go to waste in the end, so I'm putting those up on Patreon as an extra download for September, if you're interested. And speaking of patrons, if any of you are watching, thank you so much for helping me decide what to put on the actual sticker sheets. I appreciate it. My favorite drawing on this page by far is this cat. There's something about its face, I just think it's so cute. Now, I am not a digital artist. I have no experience really at all with Photoshop. All I do is edit a little bit for, getting the colors right for printing, and that's it. So getting this actually turned into a sticker sheet was very hard, and I had help from not one but two friends who helped me figure this out. Now that it's here though, I think it's so beautiful, and I can't wait to make more sheets because I think this is such a fun process. Now we're taking a tiny break from the artwork so I can show you what I'm sure you'll all agree is very high quality footage of my pets, because they are very cute and I want you all to know. Okay, now it's time for the other first out of this collection, my very first bookmark. I'm actually a little shocked that it took me 4 years to make my first bookmark, because I'm an avid reader. I read so many books, so I really would have thought I would have gotten around to that sooner, but I guess not. I decided to put a bookshelf on one side and some nice weathered wallpaper on the other, although I noticed now that I'm editing that I don't have any footage of me putting the pattern on that wallpaper, so you'll have to wait for a few seconds to see the final result. And here it is. I really like how these turned out, although they are both bigger and thinner than I expected. They do have a really nice velvety coating on them though. Now I'm making the last and biggest drawing for the collection, which is this pumpkin stall. Another thing I am surprised I never thought of sooner, actually, but I'm glad it's here now because this is another drawing that just makes me happy. I think it's cute and cozy and just has a really good fall vibe to it. I think the faces on these jack-o'-lanterns are pretty funny, and I'm thinking about using those as inspiration for pumpkin carving this year. The painting part of this was probably the most relaxing to do out of all of them because it's mostly a lot of layering and just creating textures, which is something I really enjoy doing. Although this painting also has the hardest part out of all of them, which is adding a solid background to the whole thing. If you didn't know, watercolor is not great at making like flat, solid surfaces, but I think it turned out okay. Here's how that looks printed. It's the last in the video, but for me it was the first thing that came. We actually have a really good printing company right here in the Netherlands that I'm so lucky to have. And that's the whole collection finished. I would love to hear what your favorites are in the set. As you're watching this, all of this is already available on my Etsy store, including 20%, I think, discount if you buy the whole set. I hope you enjoyed watching me make all of this. Thank you so much for being here, and to all my Patreon supporters, thank you so much for helping me fund the new collection.